I want you guys to check this out. See the Beamer, Grand Am, and that silver van back there? The tow truck taking it? Well, there's a reason for that, and I want you guys to get in on this little side income money making tip that I'm going to explain. Okay, so I don't do this often, but sometimes I just do it because it kind of comes to me. But this is a pretty cool tip for a lot of people who want to make a little bit of side income in a very easy way that doesn't require too much work. Now, it can be kind of difficult if you don't have like a mechanic plate, like a dealer plate kind of thing, but it's for mechanical purposes. So if you don't have a shop, it's kind of difficult for the average Joe to do this, depending where you live and the rules and regulations of buying a vehicle and driving that vehicle as soon as you buy it. But there's always ways around things. So here it is. Basically, what you do is you can buy a vehicle for very cheap because it has issues, and you turn around and you sell it, and you just sell it for a tiny bit more, not a lot more. I mean, you could sell it for more if you wanted to, but basically the system I have, you don't make much money. So how it works, I'll give you an example. That green BMW that you saw on that tow truck, so there was problems with it. I bought it for 150 bucks. I ended up selling the suspension off of it for 400 because it came with coilovers, and now I scrapped the rest of it for $200, and I actually kept the rims because it had some nice BMW rims that I'm going to sell separately. But let's say I didn't take the rims and I kept the rims, I would have got $300 for that car from the scrap. So that's an instant $100 profit, and that vehicle was delivered to me by the seller, so it didn't cost me anything. All I would have had to do is pay the guy $200, which actually no, I paid $150. So pay the guy $150, make a phone call, and get my $300 as soon as the tow truck picks it up. So I just doubled my money right there. But in this case, I made even more than that because it had nice suspension on it, and I sold that separate. It just got lucky. Sometimes you find some goodies on these things. The Grand Am behind it, that silver Grand Am, there was a guy I noticed on the internet. Sometimes I just look at the classified ads. It's like, I like to keep my eyes open because I'm a car collector, and sometimes I find cool things for sale. But anyway, this guy was like really desperate to sell this car. He was in a jam, had no money, just got I think a divorce or something, and just like he needed the money bad. I think he was like he said he was living out of a motel at the time or something. So he wanted just a quick 175 bucks for it. So I called him. I said, okay, I'll give you 175. He was so desperate. I told him I couldn't pick it up until later on that evening after work. He was so desperate for the money that he came and dropped off the car to me also. So that was 175. I got 300 for it. One call to the scrap, 300 bucks. And it had a really good battery on it, so I kept the battery. I still got 300 plus I kept the battery. Just because I have so many vehicles that I like to have spare batteries. Yeah, so there's another $125. I did nothing, just one phone call, plus a free battery. It was basically brand new. The sticker showed it was like 6 months old. It was just really nice. I wanted to keep it. The third was that silver Montana van in the background. The second tow truck was picking that up. That one I paid 200 bucks, and they offered me 350 for it. I did nothing. The guy dropped it off. This guy actually was, there's a guy from the gym. I go to the gym every day, and older guy, and he was ready to scrap it, and he was only offered 125 bucks for it. So I said, I'll give you 200 for it, and he was just really happy that he could make a little bit extra money, and he dropped it off to me. And one phone call, $350. So $150 profit, did nothing. So right there we got you know, approximately between $300 and $400 profit just for making a couple phone calls and literally doing nothing. I didn't even leave to go and pick up any of these cars. I put no time into it. They all got dropped off to me, and I made some quick cash, $300 to $400 today, just like that. So yeah, if you're looking to make some side money, what you got to do, if you do not have, like I have a shop plate for my business, it's kind of like a dealer plate, so I can go and pick up any vehicle, bring it to my shop without any issues of like putting insurance on the car and everything like that. But depending where you live, you'll have to look into the rules of actually buying a car and transporting it to your home or work legally. And secondly, you don't want to do this too often. I don't do it very often because literally it's not worth my time. Even though it's just a few phone calls, I'm just so busy doing what I do anyway, and I'm not in need of dealing with it. So but sometimes, like I mentioned those things there, I mean, I wanted to help the guy out who was selling the Grand Am because he seemed desperate, so I just bought it and plus made some money. The guy at the gym, I helped him out, he made extra money. Once again, I'm just trying to help somebody. And even the BMW, that one was actually a friend of mine, and he just wanted to ditch it. Once again, he asked for 150. I just gave it. I don't care. But I'm not really out there seeking these vehicles, because there are rules against that. If you flip too many of them, if you buy and sell too many of them, you'll need a dealer license and stuff, depending where you live and what you do. But once in a while, I'll help people by buying cars if they need it gone, and then I'll just get rid of them and make a little bit of money in between. So do it if you want to make some money. Why not? But before you start buying things, you have to research and find a buyer. I mean, these scrap guys who, like, they'll take these cars and they'll take the catalytic converters out of them, aluminum rims, whatever they can make money off, the batteries, stuff like that, and they turn around and make money off you for the raw materials of the car. So you have to find a buyer that is paying like top dollar, because they don't all pay a lot. I have a buyer I've been using for a long time that he pays a lot of money for this stuff, because the local junkyards will pay less than half of what he pays. So find the buyer, make a lot of calls, do your research, find the buyer, and then start looking for the vehicles and buy them under price, so you'll know that your buyer is going to pay more than that, and just like that, you got yourself some easy profit. So there it is. That's the tip for today. If you have any questions, leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will answer it and help you best I can. All right, guys, subscribe for more tips and tricks on making money.